Stipple, stipple, stipple. What is up, guys? Ʇ46 with ✱ Airsoft. We're going to get into a little bit of fun today, man. All the cool kids are doing it. I figured I might as well try as well. We're talking about stippling. Doing a little bit of stipple. So stippling basically is putting a cluster of pock marks on either a mag or a grip of a gun, whatever, to give you a little bit more grip. Stipple, gripple, right? So I haven't done it myself yet, so I figured I might as well film my first attempt, and we'll kind of see how it turns out. And if I like it, we'll move on to some bigger and better stuff, man, to try stippling on. As you can see here, I've got an old beat up solder, man. It doesn't have the best tip on it. I'm sure you'd probably get a lot better results if you had a finer tip on it. I kind of sanded this one down so I could have that tip back, but again, if you got a new solder or if you go and replace that tip, I bet we'll get a little bit cleaner results. However, I'm going to give it a go with what we got on hand right now. First up, our first candidate is this is just going to be a plastic low cap from Star, MP5 low cap. And I was thinking about it, how you grab the mag. You kind of grab an MP5 mag like so. You don't really grab it on the sides too much. You kind of, because it's got that rocking motion, you know, kind of click it up in there. And plus it's kind of got that banana shape. So I'm going to stipple the front and the back of it, and we'll see how that does. Just so we can kind of guide where I'm wanting to put my cluster of stipples at. I'm going to kind of tape off where I want to start and where I want to end. I think that'll be kind of a good guide. Keep everything a little bit uniform. So let's go ahead and do, I don't know, a couple inches of stippling on there. Just going to mark that off on the back. See if I can run it around to the front. That'll work, man. That will work. And that'll also act as a guide if we decide that we want to do the sides of the mag as well. So I'm going to tear it off right there. Boom. So basically, I've seen some guys do this firsthand. I've talked to guys that have done it. After I've seen the results, I liked what I saw. And the rule of thumb, man, is you just get a hot solder, you kind of start poking on it. So I'm going to speed it up and start poking on this thing, and we'll see how this first series of stipples turns out. Here we go. Now, a note real quick while I'm doing this is you guys want to make sure you're doing this in a well-ventilated area. You are taking hot solder to plastic, so it's going to put up some of those kind of plasticky burning fumes, and it doesn't smell too great. So do yourselves a favor, make sure that you're stippling in a well-ventilated area. Alright, so there is my second attempt. I kind of kept the pokes, the stipple pock marks a little bit tighter on that one than I did on the other side. That was my first attempt on the back side of the mag. And you can see it's kind of all over the place. I mean, it's still awesome. I mean, it's definitely going to provide that grip and that texture that we need. But I think aesthetically it looks a little bit nicer when you keep those poke marks a little bit closer together. Let's take the tape off and see what it's all about. There it is. And again, you don't want to poke too hard. You're not trying to poke through it. You're just barely trying to poke the surface of it. You know, I'm talking millimeter. Just the surface. Just the tip. So at this point, I'm feeling pretty good, man. Feeling pretty confident in my stippling abilities. Probably gonna slow it down on this next one, but I'm thinking this old MP5, man. So I think if there's a gun that's really gonna benefit from it and give it some grip, give it some texture, I think the MP5 with the navy lower on it is a good candidate for it. And just like last time, I'm gonna tape it off where I don't want to stipple at anymore. You know what, it might be kind of cool to just do a cluster of stipples. So let's do this. I'm gonna go like here to here, right? Maybe kind of give it the similar texture to what an AR pistol grip is like, and give it a little more here to there. And we'll just stipple in between where I got it taped off. Kind of see how that turns out. So here we go. I'm going to take my time on this one, guys. Make sure those dots stay nice and close to each other. And I'm just going to go in a row, back and forth, back and forth. Get one row done. I'm going to go right below it, do another tight row, just so I can keep everything real nice and tight. I think on the mags I kind of sped it up, man, for the sake of the video. And take my time on this one. right, so there it is, guys. I'm pretty happy with it. I like the change in the pattern. You can kind of see I started going row to row, and then I kind of switched it up all the way throughout it. Pretty unique looking for sure. I'm gonna take the tape off. Yeah, I like that. That will work. Not only is it functional and practical and adding some grip to the gun, but it also looks pretty cool, man. So I'm gonna finish up the other side, and yeah, very neat looking. I like it. So there it is, guys. Stipplin. Pretty easy to do. Take your time. Make sure you're in a well-ventilated area. You might want to have a couple soldering tips with you. But yeah, just take your time, and there's really no wrong way to do it, man. That's Stipplin, baby. That's a stippler. If you guys like this, make sure you check out some of my other do-it-yourself projects. Don't forget to like, share, subscribe, and we'll check you out next time for the next episode of whatever the heck I cook up. Thanks for watching, guys. Take care.